All right.
And we're back once again. 504 Fan Cave.
We're here at the 504 Fan Cave. Not quite as joyous a week as it was last week.
Yeah, definitely a different tone.
A little different vibe.
How you doing, Jay? You looking
I'm feeling
super
good,
Saintsy, man. I like that three-way Saints. If you guys aren't listeners and not looking at, Jamie has like 2 fleur-de-lis on his shoulders, on his shirt, and a fleur-de-lis on his cap, and he's ready to go. We're excited about this show here today. You know, we got, it's really difficult sometimes being fans, so that's why we had this show. We just wanted to let everybody vent their views and how they feel about the team, even though, the team could be, some people could say they look pretty good because they've been competing. Some people say it's not enough. They need to win. There's no good losses. And we have fans all over. And we got, on our guest today, we're going to have Ivan Neville is going to be on with us, but we got a special guest, our executive producer, Mr. Jay Pelham.
Mr. Jay Pelham's on the line here. Say hello, Jay. Jay, can you hear us?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Who dat?
Who dat, Jay? So Jay basically is a who dat first and most all, and now he's was relocated. He went out to Baltimore. Now he's a Raven fan, and so I thought it'd be an interesting perspective to talk to Jay, not only because he's a Saints fan and he's also now a Ravens fan, but he still has some Saints in him. But going on tough times, because we were in tough times. I think we got one win. How many wins does Raven have, Jay?
One win, man. One win.
Lamenting in the 504 Fan Cave today.
So, yeah, it is. We're just going to, and Jay's been a friend of mine for a very long time. Him and I we've worked. Jay was in radio a long time ago. And, Jay, why don't you tell the folks when you were here in New Orleans what you did and what radio station you worked at?
Yeah, so I was actually the morning show producer for Jim Hanzo on 92.3. And then I was also the promotions and marketing director for the station as well, up until right around 2004 when I moved to Baltimore. Careers brought us north, and I never thought I'd ever leave New Orleans, but here I am. And I'll be honest with you, I think Baltimore is the only city in the country that is anything like New Orleans. There's so many similarities here that I get reminders every day that this place is just like New Orleans, from the seafood to the football, like you name it. I get it every day.
I think that, you know what? I'm intrigued. I am. I really am intrigued, and I feel
I gotta send you guys some crab cakes.
Oh yes. Look, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about a legend in Baltimore that just passed away, Capt Dee-Fense, and I mean, I met the guy in 2019, 2020.
He's a super fan?
Yeah, he's a super fan that just passed away, unfortunately. But him and I was fortunate enough to be picked out of these 7 or 8 fans across the league. They picked some fans out, and they brought us, it was the NFL, and it was Caesars Rewards. And that's right when Vegas had gotten a team, and they were saying, like, every fan, whenever you came to Vegas, it's always a home game for you. So they had us in all these different scenarios where it was like they had me in inside of the Flamingo Hotel with the pool. And I came in out full gear. I had to go underwater with a snorkel on and kind of come out like not out of the water like Bo Derek, but like more like Rambo coming out from underwater.
Popping up under the water.
Right. And Capt Dee-Fense was in there, and pardon me, they had a couple other folks, but I remember him because he was like the gentle giant. He's a real big guy. People don't know him. Really muscular looking guy, and he's just real kind guy, man. So him and I really hit it off and talked a couple of times. We did all these different shoots with the NFL and all, but he's going to be missed, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Capt Dee-Fense's name is Wes Henson, And when the news broke last week, I mean, it was all over. Every TV station covered it. It was all over, social media. In fact, last Friday evening, there was a candlelight vigil held outside of the stadium for him. I mean, thousands of people showed up for that.
Wow.
So, great guy. I've had some interactions with him over the years prior to COVID, and you can't find anything bad to say about the guy. I mean, it's just the way he interacted with the fans, the way he interacted with the community. If you asked him to be somewhere at an event, he was there. Just a stand-up guy, and he's definitely going to be missed here. The Ravens posted, a really nice tribute to him on their social medias, and then on game day yesterday, they actually had his seats. There was a display at his seats in the stadium that was really, really nice. So,
Oh, man.
if you take a look at the Ravens Facebook page, you can see a nice picture of that. Really,
Yeah, I want to
really
take a
cool,
look.
great guy. He's going to be missed.
Wow. I mean, one time definitely for Capt Dee-Fense, man. Real genuine guy and a legend out in Baltimore, obviously. And I'm sure he will be not forgotten at all. And all the definite things they're doing to keep him alive right now, I'm sure going to be around for a long time. And that's one thing, that, they really even think about a lot. You're just a fan. Then you get these people who really take the games very, very seriously. And then you go to the point where you have folks that get real extreme, like myself. But he made I'm saying that because he made an impression on people, and he did things, and he helped people a lot, and it becomes more than just a game and being more than just a fan, and he exuded all of that stuff, and I want to send my condolences out to Raven fans, the whole organization, his family, his friends, and everyone who loved him like we do, man. One time for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're right.
There you go.
Rest in peace.
That was a
Captain.
nice tribute, man. That was a nice tribute.
Like that whistle.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole thing, the whole speech, great
Yeah.
tribute.
Yeah, I mean, he's a friend of mine, man. He really is. I know the guy, and we have commercials together and stuff like that for Thankful, and we get like people. I'm happy about having you on too, Jay, because you are a unique human that can give a lot of Saints fans a perspective of being here in the thick of it, like with radio stations like the prime time, seeing the players, having access and doing all that, then going away from New Orleans, missing New Orleans, and then going to finding in love with another team, right? And then finding folks like Capt Dee-Fense, and I'm sure you have a bunch of other people there because they're passionate like us, and have a good strong following. But how's it feel? Like, do you look at the Saints like? I know you look at them as your second team, but I mean, do you feel like if you had to pick one team between the Ravens and the Saints, like who would you pick? I'm not gonna make you. I don't know why. I just feel like I had to ask that question.
So this
Let
is
him answer.
It's an easy answer because the Saints will always be my number one, no matter what. I mean, I grew up on the Saints. I was in the dome, as a kid watching all these adults around me with bags on their heads, and it was like that's ingrained in my soul. So the Ravens are my number two, but they are my number one in the AFC.
That's. I'm gonna tell you this
So
right now. I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off. Continue.
Oh no, that's it. I have two number ones. It's the AFC and the NFC. Now, if the Ravens were in the NFC, we'd have a problem.
So what
Because
about
my wife is born and raised in Baltimore, and she is Ravens through and through.
Okay, so now this leads me to this next question. Saints and Ravens in the Super Bowl. What jersey
We're
are you
just
wearing?
waiting.
What jerseys are you
Oh,
wearing?
I'm wearing the Saints jersey for sure.
Oh, I like
Oh
it.
yeah.
Look at
So
that.
next season we should be meeting each other again.
Man,
And I think if the schedule lines up the way it should be in New Orleans.
Now I'm gonna tell you something, and I know Stat Boy, he can find out anything.
Stat boy.
I'm pretty sure, or Stat Man, depending on which you want to be. Stat Man.
Stat man.
No, but you guys own us. Let's just put that out there on the table first of all. Like we cannot beat the Ravens, dude. I think we might have just finally beat y'all last year, if I'm not mistaken. I guarantee you I'm 100% right on that.
I think it was a preseason game, though.
All right.
I think it was preseason last year.
So we beat y'all in the play game.
Look, if my wife was sitting next to me, she'd be in my ear telling me exactly which games we lost and which games we won. And I guarantee you, the last time we played, it was a preseason game and the Saints won. And all I had to hear was, it doesn't count because it's preseason.
Jay, so man, tell us this. What does it look like a normal day at a Ravens game? Like, what's your routine? I mean, like, what is the? You say that a lot, like the Saints. And what I'm getting at is, I know a lot of guys that tailgate, and I just wanted to kind of hear, like,
there's an amazing. There's an amazing tailgating community outside of that stadium. M&T Bank Stadium has just the atmosphere outside of the stadium is it's like walking through Champion Square.
Yep.
It's the vibe, just the energy, the vibe outside of that stadium. So the Ravens have the marching band, the marching Ravens. They literally march into the stadium through the tailgating area.
Nice.
And you can't, being from New Orleans and being a band nerd when I was in school, like, just seeing that before the game is all I need to see to know, like, all right, it's game time.
Yeah,
but they've got a stage, they've got bands, they've got food trucks, they got people tailgating. Bloody Mary bars here, you name it, it's all happening. And I've been to a few football stadiums, not many, but I can tell you that it's just one more thing here in Baltimore that reminds me of New Orleans. The fan base. I mean, I know every NFL market probably says they have the best fan base in the world, but I've also heard some really bad things about some other markets. I mean, Philly, just an hour away from us, I would never go to a game in Philadelphia from what I've heard about the fans there.
Yeah,
but I can
you don't
tell
even
you
paint
that
yourself
the Ravens have the best fans.
I feel like it's a safe place there. I've never been there, but the fans always, when they come here, just, I don't know. I just feel like they take it serious, but they respect the game, is what I feel about the people from the Ravens. Like some fans, I think like the Raiders fans, I don't know them either, but I do feel like you can get your ass whipped by a bunch of people and then just roll off and nobody really cares. And I feel the same thing can happen. Look, when I went to San Francisco, I won't go to San Francisco again without a police escort. Because I'm telling you, man, when my last time I went there, and I've been there twice. The first time wasn't as bad, but the second time was pretty bad. I think it was more of like a championship game, so it was in the old stadium. It wasn't in this new stadium, by the way. They had this one section where the concessions lines would just go all the way out to the wall. So when you came through that part, you had to like walk through just like people would just mush through each other. Some like one going perpendicular and one's going, like lateral, right? And so, but what's happening is there's no one just letting anybody in. So you just got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And it was a nightmare, bro. And people were getting like punched and fights start out, and you're just looking around. I'm like, I was nervous for myself. And when I was walking outside, this big Samoan guy, right, pushed my helmet off my head like 3 times. And he was big, dude. I was with my wife, and I was like, I think I'm going to have to get my ass whipped with this guy. Push the whistle again. And he did it. And I turned around, and this will save me. I said, hey, man, me and you going to jail in the same car. Let's go. And my boy started backing up. And being from New Orleans, I was like, I think we got something.
Got
here.
him on the run, baby.
And so I was like, oh, come on. I forgot I failed to mention to you when I turned around, there was a black dude behind him eating a sandwich, and he was like foaming at the mouth too. It was
like,
scary.
Let me at him.
It's like, and it wasn't, that guy did not look threatening. The only thing that was crazy looking was that he was like eating a sandwich, just looking like he was like, and it was, I was afraid, man.
Was it a Philly cheesesteak, you think?
No, it wasn't a Philly cheesesteak, bro. It was like, it wasn't a safe environment. And that's what I got to say about that. I digressed. But anyhow, back to Jay. So Jay, tell me this, man. What's the mood out there with the fans? Are they farewell? Are they like, hang in there, guys? You know, what's the story? From your
I got to be
point
honest
of view.
with you. Yeah, so that's the one thing about being here is that I don't get to watch the Saints games. They're never televised up here. So, we watch the Ravens game religiously every week, and I can tell you that you could hear the fans booing the team through the TV after this last weekend. It's not pretty. Everything that I see online, people I talk to, everybody's just saying it's over. What's the point? It's not pretty. And you think about it. I try to compare it with the Saints situation because the Saints have the same record, but there's a lot of difference between the two situations. I mean, John Harbaugh has been with the Ravens for 18 years.
Man, that's got to be
you guys
a
are
record.
That's barely a rebuild.
You guys are working with a rookie head coach, so it's.
But he's
hard
won a
to
lot
put
too,
that
though,
type of
man.
pressure. He has.
That's curious. That makes me think. That makes me think because I want to back up a little bit. You said you could hear the booing through the television and people talking smack and it's over and all this, but they're a winning team, man. Like you guys have been going to the playoffs a lot, right?
Every year they're in that conversation of who we expect to see in the postseason. The Ravens are always in that conversation at the beginning of the year.
And the teams and the fans are still like, so when they were booing, was this in the first, second, third quarter towards the end after the game was over? Or
I think it was a little bit throughout. I think obviously.
Okay.
Think about, it's all right. It's bad enough. We are like plagued with injuries right now. Tavius Robinson, outside linebacker, he's out with a broken foot. Probably won't be back until maybe the end of the season. You've got Isaiah Likely, a tight end, that's out. You've got Lamar Jackson's out right now, and they're saying he might be back after the bye week. So luckily, we're going into a bye week.
That always helps.
So maybe he gets better. But then you've got left tackle Ronnie Stanley, who's been plagued with an ankle injuries over the last couple of years. He's out again, and really for him, they're saying that it's not even that he can't play on it. They're just trying to give him the extra time to rehab it, and it's going to be whether or not he can perform on it.
Oh, it's scary.
So yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of injuries like that are really hurting the team. We've got guys being called up from the practice squad. You've got, with Lamar out, you've got Cooper Rush, who, was the backup or is the backup. He's an 8-year quarterback. I'll be honest with you, I hadn't even heard of the guy until this season.
How's he doing?
And he didn't do well this weekend.
No good.
In fact, at the end of the game, they put Huntley in. They put Tyler Huntley in, and
he got that.
I think by that point, there wasn't anything that was going to change. I mean, Huntley's been with the team for I don't know how many seasons, but he's been working out with the same guys that Lamar's been working out with, right? I mean, those players have some familiarity with Huntley. I don't know what kind of rapport Cooper Rush has with the team, but I didn't see it in the game at all.
I was going to ask you, as a Saints fan, we, of course, hate Atlanta. As a Ravens fan, who's your natural enemy up there?
I can take a guess.
Who do you think it is?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, the Steelers?
Exactly.
That's them, and that's
exactly. That's
one-on-one, man.
Yeah, I mean, there is we don't talk to the Steelers fans. Sorry, Jamie. I know you've been a fan in the past.
No, that's okay. I like the regional rivalries. I like to be hip to it. Steelers it is.
That's
what's funny is
what's that now?
We are so next month in November we're actually going to drive up to Cleveland, and we're going to go see the Ravens in Cleveland.
Wow, maybe you'll get to see Shedeur Sanders play.
Isn't there a dislike between them, you guys? Like that's the because the team was taken away or something like that?
Yeah, I mean that's a division. It's all division rivalry. So
right. So
Ravens, Steelers, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. If there's one game we need to win, it needs to be that one. Just because I will be in the stadium with my Ravens jersey on, and I try to keep myself distanced from any trash talk. Not that it's not going to happen. I'm sure we will get roasted either way. But, yeah, I need that one to go well because I'd like to be able to drive home the next day.
Right. Man, I got to tell you, like, I personally feel like I would like to get your opinion on how you feel, even though you're, like, a deep Ravens fan. Like, what's your analogy, your hypothesis on the team from anything? You're like just a whole ball of wax. If you give us the elevator pitch on where we are now and how you feel
for the Ravens or the Saints. It's really, really hard to expect anything more than. I'm going to say average, but at this point, even less than average. I think there's a lot of things that the Saints still need to mold into what really makes a team. I think you're dealing with a new coach. I don't think you've got a quarterback on the team yet who is the future of the Saints. I think there's got to be some more changes there. I really wish. I think Ivan might have said this a couple of weeks ago, but man, I wish they would have kept Winston in New Orleans. I really do. I feel like there was some really good energy with him, and I think that would have done a lot for the fan base, if anything.
Yeah, and a disappointing part, cutting you out, the disappointing part on that note with J-Mo is he had like a 7-game win streak when he got hurt. You know what I mean? And yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but I got to be honest, and that's what it was, So, but you can continue, Jay. I apologize for cutting you off, but I just wanted to make sure that what you said, because people feel mixed reviews about J-Mo. Like I wasn't a big fan because I just felt like he was easily could be rattled. In other words, I
feel like if he was a starting quarterback in the NFL, that he would be starting in the NFL now.
Yeah, I think, but a lot of people.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
With the Saints,
I think from a morale perspective, like he could have brought some really good morale to the team that I don't feel is there. And like I said, I don't watch the games. We can't get the games up here usually. So, I don't get to see what you guys are seeing, but I try to follow them, as closely as I can. I'm usually looking at like Yahoo Sports or something while I'm watching the Ravens game and trying to keep up. But, it just seems to me like the team just isn't one cohesive unit. And until that happens, I don't think they're going to really do much more.
I feel 100% the same exact way you do because, and everything that you're saying is, a really good hypothesis. I mean, it's a really good educated guess because guess what's going to happen? All these guys are new and they are not cohesive and they are not gelling and they, what I mean? And there is exactly what you said, and it's because they're new. I mean, Spencer. I mean, argumentatively watching them, I feel I could see them getting better from the first game to the second game. Got their brains blown out on the road for the first time. Came back, responded on the fourth game again with the Ravens. I mean, the Bills, who, by the way, the Bills just scored again. So now it's 13-21. One touchdown down at third quarter with 9 minutes to go. Atlanta was killing the Bills. But yeah, when the Saints went and played against the Bills, they showed up, man. And speaking about the people that can help that locker room, and I do think JMO can help the locker room because he definitely is a communicator and he brings people together. And that's what those teams the really good teams, when they make it up big, they are like going to the movies together. They're like breathing like one human body all together. And that's big. And you can't underestimate that. But I'm telling you right now, I think that this team is turning on, and they have the leadership from Double D, Demario Davis, and Cam, because they had one of the commentators said when they were playing the Bills game, and they held the Bills. They got 4 sacks on the Bills, and Allen was only sacked in the 3 games 2 times, and they got 4 in 1 game. They had them rattled. Like they had a meeting on the plane on the way back from after they got their asses handed to them in Seattle, and they responded. And you gotta respect that. And every loss is not like, oh, it's a win, but it is what it is,
I'll tell you one interesting thing about the Saints' schedule this year is all of the divisional games are in the second half of the season. We don't play our first divisional game till week 8 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So if we could peak at the end of the season, if everybody could get it together in the next couple of weeks, we still have a shot at the playoffs.
I heard you say that, and it made me think. And I was like, interesting. It is. I mean, we've been in every game, and that's another thing that I wanted to say. We've been in every game, but, we lost. We just got to learn how to close. So, Jay, anything you want to say to the Saints fans? One thing I did want to ask, so do you think that you guys down, and this is the last thing I'm asking about the Ravens, but do you think that you guys are going to, what's your record for the Ravens this year?
What's my prediction for the Ravens?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Final record.
I think it's, 5-12 maybe.
Oof.
And I'm probably right there, maybe, like 4-13, 5-12 for the Saints too.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Saints is going to be lower.
It coming together.
Yeah, I believe that
it's going to be a fight for the draft.
No, here's what I think. I think that both teams, your team's already, I'm listening to your fan base, and I'm getting a real learning lesson here, because you think the fan base, after having so many contentions in the playoffs and who you're going to play in the playoffs, and have these great players and these great times that were just competing all the time at a high level. And then they come back one year, and then they kind of get a lot of injuries. Like the whole NFL has injuries, but these guys are booing in the middle and in between and nonstop.
Spoiled. Fan base is spoiled.
Right. And I'm trying to shake the Saints fans in shape by telling them, with these lean years, you got to. But we do have a lot of positive things. I don't know if the Ravens feel that way, but I see a lot of things, that we didn't have. And some teams past, they give up. Not that they would give up, but this team is learning, and they're young, and they hadn't played together. And they've been every game, man, they had a chance to win the game. I don't know what else more you want to get blown out by 20 and feel better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, when for a fan, when things get this bad, you really have to just kind of start finding other things about the team to look at, to stay positive about, and that might be things that are happening off the field. So actually, perfect example. I don't know. Have you guys seen the video this week of the Indianapolis Colts cheerleader?
No.
Didn't.
So it's probably going viral by now, but there's an Indianapolis Colts cheerleader. Her name's Morgan McLean. and the video is going around. She noticed a fan, a child in the stands who was deaf, and she went up to him and started talking to him in sign language.
Oh, nice.
And it's like sometimes you just got to like look at the positive things that are happening on the sidelines or
Amen.
around the team that's not necessarily related to the game, just to kind of keep yourself paying attention, because I mean honestly, I don't even think we watched the whole Ravens game this week. I think we turned it off in the third quarter. I mean, at that point, the game was lost.
At least the Saints have maintained their reputation as the heart attack kids.
So Jay, man, I know we've been here for a minute with you, but we can't say thank you enough. Not only for coming on the show, but also being an amazing producer and always giving me and Jamie all the time and guiding us in the right direction and helping everybody. He's bringing everything to us. Only Good Vibes News Network, and also this 504 Fan Cave. I can't say thank you enough for all your time, energy, and expertise.
And thank you for joining us on the show.
Yeah, man.
Is there something that the Ravens say? We say "Who Dat" down here in New Orleans. Is there something the Ravens say that's the equivalent?
No, we really don't. We've got the, we do the Seven Nation Army chant, which for the longest time we thought was exclusive to us, but now like you hear everybody
NFL,
doing it, so it's
I
not
heard.
even our thing anymore. But hey, so here's the thing: the Bears are playing right now as we speak. You guys play the Bears next week while the Ravens are on a bye.
Okay.
And then we get the Bears in week 8.
So I am going to be on a show here, on Foz's show, The Bears Fan, and I'm going to be, I think it's the 16th. It's going to be on. Yeah, coming out live. We're going to be taping it tomorrow, and I'll be live on this show, and you can stream it. It's going to be a StreamYard, and I'm working on streaming it on all our stuff, some of our stuff here too.
We'll have a little cross-cultural exchange.
Yeah, we're going to get some more. We're going to come back with Jade some more Ravens stuff once the Ravens start getting into the double-digit wins.
We'll get you guys some crab cakes sent out from Jimmy's Famous Seafood, and then we can talk.
Tell us what you want.
You try that.
All right.
So what do you want? You want us
Hit
to
him
get
with the ciders.
We can get you some ciders, and we can also get him some Amplify, huh?
Oh yeah, we'll hit you with some ciders, blackening season, some amplified.
Yeah, we need to get him something that he likes. Like, oh wait a minute, I think I know what it is. I get you some Cool Brew coffee and some ciders Amplify.
I think that would work.
There you go.
Sure.
Right?
I can work with that.
What flavor you like? The original? I like the original Cool Brew. They have like vanilla. And
Yeah, definitely the original.
The original. Get you the blue label.
And I'm gonna send you guys a picture of what I saw in my local grocery store yesterday when we were grocery shopping. And I wouldn't touch those things. I wouldn't touch those things with a 10-foot pole, man.
Oh, I got a feeling something's testicles.
No, I bet you I know.
No,
exactly
no.
What
It
is
was
it?
Chinese crawfish.
crawfish.
Oh,
It was
goodness.
Chinese crawfish in the seafood cabinet. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yes. Dude, I'm telling you right now, crawfish from China. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I only know crawfish from one place.
I know what I say. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh, yeah. It's all good, man. We definitely love you and we miss you, man. And can't wait to see you, see how we end up this season. We're going to check in between, too. Feel the pulse, because if your team's
definitely.
still booing like that, then maybe like that says I should maybe give these guys a little, let them, boo a little bit, because they like. But I mean, I just want folks to understand that these teams are not apple to apple. Like you said, you talk about a 15-year coach who has a bunch of championship under his belt against a guy who just started, who doesn't know any of the people, and they're all rookies, and they're still hanging in there. But we could have easily been 3-something, 3 and whatever, 2.
3-2.
Yeah. Easily.
3-3.
Yep.
Yeah, 3-3, that's it. Easily. And then we would have this fake cologne on. That's a whole nother 40 minutes. We're going to jump on. We got Ivan calling in. But Jay Pelham, ladies and gentlemen, executive producer, Only Good Vibes News Network, and 504 Fan Cave.
Thank you for joining us tonight, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Who dat?
Appreciate you, brother. Love you, homie. Who dat?
Yeah, definitely.
Ciao.
Who dat?
Yes. How about that, bro?
Well, there we go. We had our first Ravens fan in the house tonight.
The first Ravens. And look, Jay's awesome, man. He
Oh,
does a lot of
amazing,
good shit.
amazing.
He's
But
he's
also a
literally-
longtime Saints fan, and you heard it here first, that his number one team is the Saints.
It is the Saints.
So we got Ivan calling in today?
Yes, we
Excellent.
are. We are.
Get him on
We
the
are.
phone.
Yes, let's do
We
it.
always love Ivan Neville's opinions about the Saints. He's a very ardent observer of NFL
I'm
football.
gonna tell you right now, he is not gonna be happy with the situation in hand. You know, he's not gonna be happy about that. So I'm calling him right now, man. This is what's going on.
I'm gonna get a little drink of water.
Go ahead, get yourself some H2O over there.
You want anything out of there?
You know, let's see what's up.
You want a Fresca?
Fresca. We're giving Ivan a call here. Doobie doo. So listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. He may call back, but we got his answer machine last time. Remember?
You reached Ivan's voicemail.
Yeah. Okay, we good on that.
Maybe I'm busy.
Maybe he is busy, but I'm gonna text him back. So Jamie, tell me what you thought about the game. I'll give you my epiphany, my elevator pitch about the teams, the last game against the.
I felt like we really had a good chance if the receivers could have held on to the ball. I felt like Spencer Rattler was doing a very good job putting the balls in places where receivers could make a play on the ball. And he had a number of drops and fumbles at very pivotal times in game-deciding drives.
So,
I mean, realistically, we should have been up 28-14. We moved the ball down the field very well, and we stalled out in the red zone. It's a problem we've had all season. And, you know, I just that's how I feel about it. I feel like we are so close. And I feel like these guys, I wish that we did have a big leader who could come in there and give them a little bit more belief in themselves and a little more motivation to play as a team.
Huh. So you think that's like, I mean, for me, there's 17 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's not enough football and things to be played to be. I mean, I know the teams that played together for years and years, they come off to these great starts sometimes, and then they peter out, or they just are a really good team that year, and they go like we did when we went to the Super Bowl. Remember?
Right. We just
You knew
blazed
right
it,
off
just
the bat.
blazing.
Like, this
Like,
team is. They're
I mean,
winning.
I remember
close
posting.
games.
I love the undefeated New Orleans Saints. I mean, that was something else to just be chugging along undefeated the whole season.
Close.
I know we lost those at the end. We were sitting our starters, for the Super Bowl run. I think it was a very wise thing that Peyton did. The league didn't want us to win a Super Bowl, but we did.
Close games, you end up winning. So there's a lot of luck that goes with that also, right? But when your team is just winning those close games, even though without luck, that's where you have a difference. And you especially when these division games, which you were talking about, which is so important, that we haven't even started that yet.
Haven't even
and hopefully
started
we can
that.
argumentatively we could gel that could play in our favor in a sense. So if we beat both of those teams, who look really strong. They really do look strong. You got to give it to them.
I was commenting as much. I could not believe how I think it was Tampa Bay yesterday against San Francisco. They just handled them up, and San Francisco looked good.
And look, let me just tell you, man, I got to give it to Baker Mayfield. They are definitely playing. I mean, he was playing with Tom Brady's line. That's the thing I always say. Is he was playing with Tom Brady's offensive line, right? And I'm pretty sure that has a lot to do with it. If you put Spencer or somebody behind that offensive line that was already built over there. Now, a lot of those pieces probably left. Guys got paid, but there's still like a lot of that same mentality and vibe and energy. Like when Sean Payton came here, when we stunk, and then all of a sudden they start having they reek like a champion. They start having that championship swagger and smell and feel.
It's a
right?
culture,
There's
know.
still
Winning
some of
is
that
a
shit
culture
over there
you know?
from Brady, right? And all the people that come around here and shit that comes with him. But I mean, Baker's doing his thing. I mean, hope we're gonna beat his ass when he comes here, and not let his little ass run around and sling him down a couple of times and not take no shit from his ass. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand. That's week 8.
That's for Mr. Cam Jordan, Mr. Double D's, Mr. What's your boy's name? Who just came back, 99. I forget his name. Winnie Hoot. Those dudes need to handle up on his little ass. And also look at the Atlanta Falcons out here trying to cut up. They out there cutting up 21-14 in the third quarter. Atlanta Falcons. I need to check my bet, see how everything's working. So Jay, I'm gonna give you my good, bad, and ugly. You want it?
Good, bad, and the ugly. Let's hear it. We're here for it. Let's do it.
Dealer's choice again, bro. Which one you want?
Let's start with the good.
The good. Here's the good. The good is we seem to be getting better every game. We're not winning, but we're getting better. I feel like under the lights and playing like real games, real pressure situations. We have 6 of those.
Yeah,
that we had, right?
I felt like the fans. I could hear the fans were a little bit more engaged this week. It seems like the fans were like, because we always remark on. I wasn't in the dome.
You know why?
But I could hear them on TV. I could hear you on TV pretty well.
Yeah, you heard like a loud shrilling sound, like. So
and I saw
that.
you on TV twice.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They had you on the low coverage twice, and I really thought usually when I see you on TV like that at these pivotal times, we win. So I was like, this is a good sign. We are going to win.
Yikes!
And then, ooh, that fumble. Oh.
So speaking of the fumble, I got to tell you something about the fumble. So last week, when I went to the restroom, he threw the 87-yard pass to Rashid.
Right.
And it was right when they just kicked off to us, and we're like inside the red zone, our own red zone, inside the 10 or 15 or whatever. So it was that same kind of situation towards the end of the game. And I was like, you know what? I should go to the bathroom because the same thing can happen.
Same thing, right?
So I go to the bathroom, and then I hear, I'm in line, just like I was in line. Then I hear like a, oh. And then the guy, because there's a lot of Patriots fans. The guys are like, that sounded like a Patriots cheer. And I was like, because it wasn't like a rattling, like, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I get back, and I'm like, how did they get the ball? And it's like, they fumbled. I was like, damn it. I went to the bathroom only to cause a fumble.
I mean, there was a couple, they say in the dome, the fan advantage plays. I saw
fan
a couple.
Impact.
Yeah, fan impact plays. I saw a couple of fan impact
plays. Oh, lots of them.
Yeah.
I mean, at the beginning, I was, so we're still talking about the good. So the good, more good, let me wrap up this good. The more good is that we have definitely started off early, and that's why it sounded really good at the beginning. Like, they were lively because, look, they came out the gates, wham, 50-yard pass to Olave. Everybody was like, what?
Yeah, they're like,
right?
This is starting to look like the Saints of old right here.
Right? What a ghost of Drew Brees, right? No, but that was big. That was huge. Like, and then once the game got along, it started like kind of figuring each other out because it's like a chess game, and you're trying to block every move, and it's about coaching too. And I always say,
Ivan Neville.
We got a caller. Yo, Young, you live on the air with 504 Fan Cave. What's up, Ivan? Oh man, I'm just cooling out, dude. We got you. I want to get your point of view about how you felt about them boys.
You gotta hook it up to.
It's already. I switched it.
Come on, boys.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we
Obviously, we all know that we got some serious issues, but you know what? And me watching these other games and watching these other teams play, it just brings it home that how much we're missing. We're missing enthusiasm. I don't see any. Like I just watched the defensive coach for the Falcons, who I hate. Okay, we hate the Falcons, but I just watched them make a stop. They made a stop, and it was basically wasn't all that they're doing. I mean, they put pressure on the quarterback, and a guy that's actually big and mobile, and Josh Allen, one of the best in the league, and they put pressure on that guy, and he had to kind of shovel past it. He had a guy slightly open, but he couldn't really put enough on the ball to get it to him. And it was a 4th and 2, and they stopped the guy. And the enthusiasm and how fired up their defensive coordinator was, they showed him how animated he looked. We don't have any of that on our sideline. We don't see that. I mean, obviously we were spoiled because we had a coach that was a guy's guy. He was a leader of men. I'm talking about Coach Payton, who would cuss you out if you did something. He would pull you out of a game so fast if you did anything suspect or anything that wasn't helping the team, or especially like careless mistakes and fundamental mistakes and stuff like that. If you did anything like that, he would snatching your ass out of the game so fast and cussing you out, because all those kind of things reflect on coaching. Being an athlete and being able to have a skill set and being able to have athletic ability and stuff like that. You're a professional athlete. You're good at what you're good at. And then you work on it as hard as you can, or some work harder than others or whatever, and you make plays. But when you make fundamental mistakes, that reflects on coaching.
Yeah.
And that's why when you see guys when our guys would make those kind of mistakes, when Sean Payton was on the sidelines, he would not just stand there passive and let a guy walk by him. He would let you know. Guys would avoid him when he did stuff like that, because they knew he was going to get in their face and cuss them out and call them. I don't know what he was telling them. Some of them, sometimes when he had a mic, when we could hear after the fact, we heard him tell some people some stuff.
Yeah,
that was you laughing because you know the kind of shit.
He does.
He would cuss somebody out for not giving him the right piece of gum.
Yeah.
So if you made a stupid play. So that we had a winning culture here for so long, after being such a losing culture for so many years. Like, we were so happy when we made the playoffs that one time back in the days with Bobby Aper. The first time we actually made the play, we actually won. Did we win a playoff game, or the first time we went to the playoffs? I think we won one game or we lost. We made the playoffs.
We lost. But we had We
had the Dome Patrol and we had Bobby Aper.
It was in Minnesota. That's what it was. Remember the guy, Hakeem dropped the ball. He dropped it. He dropped that guy. Remember?
Yeah. Well, long story short about that and where we are now, we're outmanned. When I look at these other teams, and it made me think about when we used to play teenage ball, when we played for the Parks, organized football, organized sports. And I remember when I was on 14, 15-year-old teams. And I remember there would be, I don't know how many teams there would be in each league or whatever, but we would play 8, 9 games or something like that in a season. And some teams were very prepared. Some teams were ragtag. You had some teams that were crushing. And then it depended on how well they were coached. For the most part, this is when we were kids.
Yeah.
And when I'm watching football nowadays, it reminds me of that stuff, because I remember the teams that showed up that were just seemingly well practiced. Yeah, and
the teams that really had good quality routes, and guys that were really Vrabel's team looked. They looked like they had more than we had, honestly. I ain't going to lie. It looked exactly like we were just a little bit outmatched because the guys are like just like when he threw the bomb, when he screwed it out of both of those things that should have been sacks. You and I talked about this earlier, but like whenever your boy just popped out and threw like almost a Hail Mary to a wide open guy downfield, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, it should have been a sack, but he just hummed the ball down the field, and here we are. That's a touchdown. And like when I'm saying that it doesn't look like they actually help is when he stops, and that's one of our best guys, 33. I forget his last name, but he just kind of one step juked him right in the end zone. Again, just one more extra move that they have on us that we don't have.
It looked like the same thing, right?
Yep, exact same thing. And
And it looked. I mean, how could you be fooled like that? Because you see what they did. They saw that soft spot in the zone there, and there's a guy coming across, and he's in stride, and now he's running. He's going in the end zone. Yep. And then they looked like the play looked so similar the next time they did that, and they both were like 50-yard plays or some shit like that.
I mean, and you look at it two ways, right? You look at it like, how long do you expect them to hold it? You know, you got to put it on the defensive line, you know, or you can just, you know, tick for tack and say the refs didn't call holding, but you can call holding on every play. I saw holding on some of those long ass things.
Yeah, they don't call a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
but you got to get pressure on those guys, man. We're just not getting pressure on.
Exactly. That's where it's at too, you know. But still, you know, I feel like a lot of the times that we're playing teams, it's just those one or two little lucky ass plays like that, and we're right there. That's the part that's really, it ain't making me feel frustrated, but it makes me feel bad for them and the fans.
Frustrated is right because it gives you just this false sense of hope that we might be able. We're still in this game, and we have a chance to win.
Yeah.
And we've done this almost every game of the season except the one where we got completely blown out by who was that?
Seahawks.
The Seahawks beat the crap out of us. All right.
Yeah.
Every other game, we seemed like we were in it. In the last 5 or so minutes of the game, we were in the game, and we had a chance to win. And whether it was getting sacked or fumbling or my man Juwan Johnson, once again, he missed that. He dropped that ball in the end zone. He's supposed to catch that. He fumbles. We're on the drive, got momentum. That to me, okay, obviously you got to make the play. You're the football player. That to me, that's coaching, man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. My question to you was going to be this. My question to you was going to be, do you think that he should be on a jug machine longer? Like you make your guys, you know, like what you know, like you see 13th Ward, he drop a ball, he about to do like 25 push-ups or some kind of, you know, like he had like building into his mentality to catch the ball. Like, you know how guys take the ball and sleep with the ball and like, you know, like that you know what I'm saying? Like these guys, like
when Michael Thomas came in, when he joined the team, when we drafted him, he came into that was the strong, that was the Sean Payton, the energy around the team was like that. Dude, these guys had been winning. They had been a team that was usually offensively. We were usually a lot of times we were top 5 offense.
And one of the things that I loved, and one of the things I loved about us was we would always adjust. Like that was our personality. Our DNA was we were going to be making a run during the second half. Like because we were adjust to what the team's trying to do. And I think that's a huge part of like winning teams. Like, cause if you can figure out whatever the hell they're trying to do to you and combat that and come back with some good talent and some guys who going to catch the ball. And like Sean Payton, another thing, not only was Sean getting your ass, but he wouldn't come to your ass no more. He'd make you feel like he didn't have no trust in you. You know what I mean?
Not only that, he'd make you felt embarrassed because you looked at him. This guy was a leader of men. Now, I hate to keep going back to the past, but it makes me look at when you got a team, you got grown men, some young, some younger, some older veteran guys, but these guys need somebody that they somewhat look up to and want to please this guy. They want to do good for this guy because he's that kind of guy. He's that kind of leader. You know what? I want to go now. Would you go? Listen, you go to a bar? Would you go to a bar with Kellen Moore? And if you get in a fight, you think this dude's gonna help you out? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Coach Payton's gonna be right there fighting with your ass. You want a coach that's gonna go ball with you.
That's fair.
Right?
You're fair.
You want a guy that's gonna be in the trenches with you. Like, I mean, he's telling you all this stuff, but you know that in his heart of hearts, if he was athletically able, he would be out there playing with you. But
right.
He just no. You know what he's doing? The X's and the O's, and he's trying to inspire.
Yeah.
And when you can inspire guys to just be the best that they can be, and that's all you really want to ask for. And that's what you want in coaching. You want coaches are supposed to get the best out of you. If you're not that great, your skill set, the coach knows what your weaknesses are and your tendencies, and he tries to get the best of you. And focus on your strengths and hide your weaknesses.
Yeah.
That's what coaches do. And he's the kind of guy, when you walk back to that sideline, you don't want him looking at you. You don't want to walk over there with your head down. Right. You want to walk over there, him knowing that you've done your best. We got guys that they don't even act like they're ashamed of the stupid shit they do. Or, they don't even act like they're ashamed. Yeah, these guys missing balls, and then like my man, and you want these guys to do well. Juwan Johnson, he looks like he could be a good tight end, but he don't catch the balls he's supposed to catch. He misses. I remember the game, not this game, not the last game, but a couple of games ago, and that was one of the games where he missed a couple of easy catches, and then he makes a good catch that he's supposed to catch. And he does some sort of little thing. No, he jumped over someone. He was running and he jumped over a guy.
Yeah.
That was great effort. That was great effort. So you feel like, you know what? But you know what Coach Payton would have told him? Yeah, that's a good play you made there. You still didn't make up for that other crap you pulled earlier. So just keep it up. Keep doing the good stuff. And don't celebrate like you just did something great. You made a first down. You're supposed to do that.
Like cheering something that you are supposed to do is what you said.
Oh my God, yeah, man! I'm so frustrated, especially watching the Falcons. Oh my God, watching the Falcons.
I know. Why do they got to be good?
They look good. Their coaching looks good. Those guys are excited on the sidelines and stuff, man.
I think that the Falcons are good. I think that the Buccaneers are good. Or not, I would say good. I think they're better than us, but I think that we can win in either one of these guys' games. I really do, because I think that the team, and this is a sign of bad coaching. I just hate to say this, but it almost is like, and it's been a history in the DNA of the Saints, in my opinion. Like, we play to the level of the talent that is across from us, rather than just being able to play really good. Like, except with, and even like this young team that don't know each other, that just got together. And keep in mind, you're talking about their leader as a quarterback has lost 5 games in the NFL. And he went ahead and went and lost another 5 before he won another one. But these dudes are still in the – I'm just saying. But these dudes are still in the game in the fourth quarter. Like the heart attack kids. Like, you can wish – would you rather them be like 20 to nothing, getting their teeth kicked
out.
in?
No, I'm
right?
glad
And so the shit is – it's like the shit is wild because it makes you feel like, man, what the fuck is going on? Right, I just had our executive producer Jay Pelham on. He used to be in he lived here in New Orleans, and he was a New Orleans fan first, and now he's been living in he produces our Only Good Vibes News Network, this podcast we're gonna do, and then this his show also. But he loves the Ravens now, and so I was talking to him. The Ravens got 1 win, right?
I know, yeah, right.
And they've always been. In the playoffs, right in there. They
trending in the right direction.
And the thing is, he said the fans are already booing in the middle of the game, at the end of the game.
Oh, they're upset.
And that's
they want Harbaugh's head, man.
Exactly. But think about us. Here we are. You know, and I'm telling fans, look, man, you got to be positive and think about what's going on. These guys are doing. These dudes are like championship breed teams, and they giving them the business. So I guess maybe I need to take it easy on the fans and let them cry a little bit more. I don't know what to say, but
you know what? We need to be tough on the team, man, because it's like, you know, the fan base. We have an amazing fan base, you know, and there's nothing like that sound in the dome when things are going somewhat okay.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
You can make some noise.
Let me ask you this question. So how do you think, what do you think, like, so do you think booing and like, you know, yelling shit, like, do you think that helps them? Do you think that motivates? Do you think they hear it? Do you think that it makes a difference? Or you think that it's just, I'm just wondering.
It's got to do something. You don't want to be booed in your own spot.
Right.
In your own place.
That's fair.
Right? You don't want to be booed. I mean, and when the week before last, when it got really loud in there, that was the loudest I heard in the dome in a long time. Obviously, I wasn't at the game yesterday against the Giants when we had our moments.
It wasn't close to that. It wasn't close to that.
Yeah, when we actually got a dub. We got a W.
The dub.
And there was some
Your
stuff,
wife came, bro. That's what made us win. You know, I told you need to bring good luck charm back, dude. We gotta get Ash back over there, dude.
Yeah, I don't even know if she watched the other day. Yeah, I wasn't home, so I was watching on a plane.
Oh, nice.
And a shout out to Big Pat. There was this app Big Pat gave me. I watched it on that.
Are we still paying for that? Because we didn't talk this morning. I wanted to get in on that.
This is a different one. No, this is a different one. This is one that Ben had. That he gave me before. He had the other one that was full safe. But his prescription, he passed away. So his subscription, you know, went with him.
Oh man, we didn't get it. We always try to hang on to it for Pat.
Oh man, Big Pat. And then, you know what? It's funny. That was the last time I saw him, when he was at my house putting that app in my iPad, and I was able to watch at least one or two games. And then the subscription went away.
Oh, it looks a little bit just like that.
But this other app that he had given me a while before, I watched it on the plane, and it was like, the Wi-Fi was pretty strong on the plane.
Wow.
I watched the whole game. Watched the whole game.
So give me this about your, give me your, elevator pitch, like on the team, a little synopsis, a little bit of like, okay, from what you take from the season now, and how do you feel about going forward?
Well, we got a long way to go, but we haven't. I mean, what we've shown is we can be competitive, which is. That's something that you can actually root for and be at least, you know. I mean, we were in at least 4 of the games we lost. We had a chance to win, and we didn't. So as frustrating as that is, Rattler is looking. He's looking not bad, but I don't know that the play calling is seriously boosting his confidence like I think it could. I think they're giving him what they think he can handle, and because like you said, he doesn't throw in many. We don't have many plays over 20 yards. We don't have many of them at all. It's a lot of dinking and dunking, and but not enough screenplays. Now that's the only one big problem I have, is that I don't think we utilize Kamara enough. We don't get him out in space and do screens and stuff like that. You're running him up the freaking middle on every first down. That's the stupidest waste of a down. And I'm just frustrated about that. If the play calling doesn't expand a little bit, and the offensive line, if they improve or somehow, we got a shot to win some games. But right now, we're going to Chicago next. We're going to Chicago. Chicago looks good tonight, playing against Washington. And we're going up there next week. And they've got something to prove, because they've been underachieving. They've drafted a good quarterback, a good kid that did good in college, and he had a suspect year last year trying to find his way. He's playing good now. Caleb Williams, and we play them next week. Do we have a chance to win? Yes, we do. Do I think we're capable of beating them? I think we are. But I don't know who's going to show up. I mean, we got to coaching them. The coaches, the coaching staff, they have to step it up. They have to step it up and get more out of this team than what we're getting. Because I think there is something there but it's just I'm not seeing us play as good as I think we can. So I guess I'm going to remain optimistic and hope we can win a few games. I mean, we've lost 5. We're 1-5. It's pretty sad.
Ivan, what do you think? Do you want to stick with Spencer Rattler, or do you think we should try out another quarterback?
I mean, at 1-5, I mean, I think you might as well try the kid you redrafted. You know,
but do you think he's a drop off? Yeah, I mean, do you think that he's a drop? Because I feel like if Spencer would have lost against the Jets, you think they would have yanked him? The Giants, you think they would have yanked him?
We won that game because we got those turnovers, and the guys actually made plays when they were supposed to make plays, and that's why we won that game. And Spencer played a pretty decent game, but he's not. I think they're going to stick with him a little while longer, and I don't know how this kid's shook. I don't know how his confidence level is going to be since he got set aside for a while. He's on the bench. I don't know what that does to a kid that, you come out of college. I mean, he's an older kid. He's not as young as most kids coming out of college. So maybe he's ready for something. I mean, we got nothing to lose with trying him. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing what he could do out there.
I feel that.
I like him because of his height. I mean, I've been saying that for a long time because of the same plays that you and I were talking about that Spence can't see on those busted plays that your boy from the Patriots ended up turning into touchdowns and big gains because he's like the pocket has collapsed. He just doesn't cross the front.
But he can still see.
Yes,
he can still see stuff.
Exactly.
Spencer can't see stuff. So he's running for his life.
Yep.
But while he's running, he's got big guys coming at him with their hands up and all kinds of crap.
Yep.
And he can't see there's maybe a guy that's gotten open now. And then he can't see that.
And our boy Shuck can spin it. That's what he can spin the ball. He can hum the shit. I've seen him in practice. I mean, the dude can spin the ball. But I like the fact that maybe he's sitting down. I mean, Spencer is getting better. That's the thing, though. I mean, he's not that good, I feel, as far as like being able to look down the field and do that. But little short things like moving, they got first downs. I
mean, Spencer had his game together this week. He had so
many
many
drops. He's been getting better. Yeah, that's true too.
Drops are hurting him so
bad. He had drops. I mean, we're Olave, man. I mean, he had so much. Yeah. We thought he had so much problem. We felt good about him coming into the season. We felt good about the 3 receivers. We felt good about Olave, Shaheed, and Brandon Cooks being a guy that's has lost a couple of steps, but he's a veteran and he's dependable.
Oh my God, Young! I'm listening to what you're saying, but this just goes right into what you just said a second. And we're gonna go back to the number one, but I just saw Dennis Allen on the other television in the fan cave showing ridiculous emotions, like screaming, running at I don't know if it
he's with the Bears, huh?
Yes, dude. And I was like, Ivan will freeze out.
He's out.
They're playing good, right?
I was like, no, he just was like, he ran on the field screaming like I could not believe it. I didn't mean to stop it because we do have a situation with this number one, going back to that with Olave, but look, Olave not catching balls is because I think he had a lot of concussions, bro. He's got his bell rung a lot of times. And if you played ball and you had on pads and cleats, I know it's going to remind you of a story that when you were younger, you can tell us about in a second. But when you got to go and some dude's talking smack to you and then your ball comes up about 6-7 feet and you got to jump up unprotected and put both hands to get that ball. Somebody's about to light you up.
You're about to take a hit.
So your arms turn into alligator arms.
Yeah. Am I going to catch this ball? Your concentration kind of slips a little bit.
Because they wait to light you up right to that blue tent.
Yeah, you're about to get lit up.
Right. So, so that's no excuse. But the kid behind us in our section, First quarter, he's on it, dude, screaming.
Oh, my man got the loud boy. He got some lungs, boy. He got some lungs. He be giving Juwan a hard time, too,
all
boy.
of them.
Johnson,
Everybody. He's screaming at everyone. One of the kids
balls.
behind us.
What did he say?
In section 145, I forget my dude's name. He sit there with his girlfriend and his mom and his mom's friend.
He be screaming. He got a loud, oh!
They paid him. This week he was like,
Bobby,
we don't have no number one. We don't have a number one. He want the money. He want the money.
He's funny.
He cracks me up. But Young, dude, we're gonna get you out of here, man. But I want to ask you this right now. So, what do you think about the Bears, man? Honestly, do you just really think that we have a shot? Or do you think that the defense? I mean, what do you see? How do you feel like we have an advantage? Because
I think we have a shot because, first of all, I don't know that Caleb's totally found his groove. He's better than he was last year, but I think he can be rattled. But will we give him something to be worried about? I mean, I think defensively we got to step up because that kid's he's got something to prove because he's trying to earn his. He was like, what was he like? He was number one pick, right?
Yeah, he was up there. He was
number one. He was up there.
Yep, he was up
there. And so he's still trying to showcase I'm that guy. He's seemingly improved, and the team around him looks better than they did. So we're gonna have our hands full. I mean, we got a shot, but we going up there to their house, to Soldier Field.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fight.
And look, thank God it ain't. I mean, it could be a little more windier. I mean, it was 50-something degrees on the North Shore.
They got wind hitting in that. They got wind that hits in that.
Yeah, it's a whole nother. That's another thing.
They got wind.
And this is Rattler's second game he's ever played outside, I believe, as an NFL.
Well, he played in college outside, I think. But what I'm getting at with this wind is something.
Yeah, no.
The wind in Soldier Field is going to be a difference maker.
Well, Rattler ain't throwing in no more than 10 yards, so I don't think the wind will mess with him too bad.
He got jokes.
Right? He ain't throwing in more than 10, 15 yards. How many passes does he have over 20 yards? How many does he have over 20 yards?
Stat boy going to jump on that for you one second.
How many does he have over 20?
I got my guy on it right now. So, Young, man, look, I was really thinking when it first started off, and your boy bombed it over to Olave, I was like, yeah, this is what we're looking for right here. Right here. Like, were you shocked when you saw, did you see the first play? Our first time we touched the ball on offense? For us. We went over to the Saints' first play when we got the ball.
When was this? Yesterday?
Yeah. We got the ball, the first play, like 30, 40 yards to Olave.
I missed that one.
First play,
I missed that
bro.
one.
Dome was lit. And the next one, it was just like, wah, wah. But they moved the ball, bro, so much yesterday.
He caught it. He caught it.
The first play, he might like 35-yarder.
Oh, he threw a nice one. Oh,
yeah,
he
did a real nice one, like a sweet bomb, bro.
And then we ended up getting a field goal. That's beautiful.
Exactly right. It's like, Lord have mercy. It is, dude. But hold on, you know what they did? Right when we went in there on a third, it was like third and something. I don't know what it was. But we get the third down, and we're inside the 10-yard line. Phantom flag, holding, back us up. Now it's third and 15. And now we got to get the field goal because they don't get the 15. You know what I mean? It's just like, people go, how does Vegas get involved? I don't understand. Just like that. Exactly like that. We march it down the field. We get right inside a pass right inside on third down, inside the 10-yard line. Boom, holding, which you can call on every goddamn play. And then now we go back at a crucial time like that to, instead of first and fucking goal, here we are 3rd and 17. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's bad.
And I mean, that's just like takes the starch right out of the drive. And so,
you know, believe it or not, Spencer Rattler had the highest yards per pass this past game against the Patriots, which is 8.7. He has never
8.7 per pass. Oh my God!
But he has never broken 10 yards. He's never broken average of over 10 yards per
average.
attempt.
Okay, now average is like
average is
different, but like just like actual passes that he has thrown over that 20 mark is probably the question. But so I know his average is not good because he's getting run. Dude, Tom Brady's average will be that. Drew Brees' that offensive line was caca before those 5 dudes came back, and then they just started to get a little bit better.
A little bit of time, a little bit of time to at least get the ball
2
out.
seconds, and
get it to someone,
anything over 2 seconds, Spencer's in trouble. It's gonna be bad,
Yeah, when you look at those great quarterbacks, those great ones, they would get that ball out fast. Most of those great quarterbacks, all of them get the ball out fast. Now you got the ones that with the legs, and then the guys get open as they're scrambling around, and they still the taller guys can do that better though. Because you look at somebody like Roethlisberger when he was young, that was his specialty. Extending the play, and then his guys getting open.
Yes.
Those guys, I remember watching some of those plays with that team, and those guys were no one was open. And then he starts running around, and then, you can't hang on a guy and hold his jersey forever. Finally, a guy gets a couple of yards on you, and then Roethlisberger's throwing it to someone.
So, dude, let me tell you, Roethlisberger played for Miami of Ohio, and I saw him play in the GMAC Bowl his senior year. And I happened to be on, Frenchie was painting it, and I was on the sideline for the game. And, dude, let me tell you, this dude would run. He was, deadly when he was scramble, right? Every time he scrambled, he would just throw the ball, and you could hear the person's pads, bro, pop, from the ball hitting it. And I would never forget that sound, ever. I'm serious, dude. I was just God, this dude just so accurate. But the thing about these guys that we're talking about that can run and throw the ball like that is being able to see. Roethlisberger's a big dude, right? And so he can just sit there and just see and just flick the ball sometimes like that. But I really do think that Spencer's getting better, and it kind of sucks to think that him have to get yanked. But really, what is going on over there? Are they going to think Rattler's going to be the guy? Or do they think that this guy they got in the 4th round, who's 26 years old, you got him to sit on the bench the whole time, and he ain't getting any younger, but he does have to get some express. But then, you and I was talking about with, having having a quarterback sit and listen and watch somebody. But I don't know if you want to have a quarterback sit and watch his Spence.
No, he's not watching. No, you got to watch one of them greats. If you sit back and you on the bench watching somebody who's amazing. That's what frustrates me about the Saints. We had one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in Drew Brees. And why would you not draft somebody while he was in that room and some great kid to be able to watch him and watch his work ethic? That stuff, man.
Yeah, now you're talking about your man, your main man, Sean Payton, right there. That would have to be for Sean to do, right?
I know Sean. He never did. He never pulled the trigger on that.
Yeah, Sean seemed like he didn't really believe in a lot of. He didn't really believe in a lot of running backs either. He came from that old Bill Parcells. They got weird ways on some things. But yeah, they're why are you gonna play 2 guys that are perfectly capable? Oh, is it a flag on the play? They got double. Wow, dude, are you kidding me?
You know what? I got thrown in the back of the room, and I forgot to turn my game on back here. Because I was loud over there early, and the wife she's about to be on the broadcast, fussing at me.
Yeah, son. Well, Ivan, bro.
What are you thinking all that noise?
Anything you got to say to the fans?
Oh man, I guess
you want to give them some words of encouragement? Or who that?
I'm a who that for life, man. That's just
yes, sir.
We won a game. Let's hope we can win a few games, man. We got a shot there, but the Bears. How's that game looking now?
The Bears look like they're driving right now on them. It's 13-10, 8 minutes and 53 seconds in the third quarter. Your boy's rolling
Oh,
back.
13-10.
Yeah, he's rolling back. He's
You
got
know
all
what?
day
You know
running
how they-
around, jumping around, and sacked.
and sacked.
Yeah, he had like 5-10 seconds, so he just should have threw it away rather.
And
But he got sacked.
you know who beat them with a Hail Mary last year, right? And turned their season around. Jaden,
Oh,
the guy
really?
that's sitting
Yeah.
on the bench waiting to get the ball again.
No, he
So-
got it. Jaden's back. Jaden's playing. They already strip sacked him.
No, you know what? But that kid is so cool.
He
When
is.
you look at his demeanor
Oh,
for
bro.
a young
Icy.
quarterback, man,
He went when he went through in LSU, bro. Like people talking smack the whole time. He was just icy, spinning it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he got
That's
ice
a lot.
veins,
He
yeah.
really does. I mean, but so young, man. Tell me, what you gonna be hitting anywhere around here? Anybody can see soon, or where at?
We're playing at Funk Fest
Oh,
this
yeah.
coming Friday.
Yes,
We're doing
Friday.
Sly and the Family Stone set. Dumpster plays Sly.
Oh.
And then I'm playing on Saturday. We're playing. There's a festival out in Thibodeau. Yeah, I think it's called the Arcadia Festival or something. We're
What?
playing that Saturday, and then I come back, and then we play Sunday. I play Funk Fest with the Funky Meters.
Whoa.
It's called Funky Meters 2.0. I don't know.
Nice. So,
whatever.
love
dude,
it.
so y'all gonna go with Thibodeau, Thibodeau having a gig in
Going with
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, yeah, we playing in Thibodeau, and then we're gonna go to, and then I'm playing with Uncle Cyril on Sunday night at Funk Fest. We're doing the Wild Chapatula, celebrating that
Oh, man, that's gonna be
dude.
sick.
next Sunday, and then next Tuesday we got a special show at Chicky Wawa, and it's me and whoever shows me and some of my Ivan and friends. And it's actually it's a secret celebration of the boss lady's birthday, Miss Ashley's birthday.
Oh, nice.
Miss Ashley's birthday is
That's
Tuesday night, the
sweet. I might have to
21st.
reserve me a table up for
You
that
have to
Chicky
reserve
Wawa.
at Chicky Wawa. You need to go ahead and do that.
Yes, yes, sir. Wow, man, that's a nice treat that we just got here. That's a big packed weekend for these guys, New Orleanians.
Yeah, no, it's local for local stuff. That's the most
Fiery.
Yeah, I don't play that much around town ever, except doing jazz fest.
But people were
Get
talking
ready to
about.
get down.
I got like 3 friends coming in from Colorado, 2 coming in from California. Well, a lot more than that coming in
cool.
from California. But yeah, that Funk Fest. That's why they all flying in. I was wondering. The
play
schedule
over
is
there.
sick. But yeah, you're
Yeah,
right,
it's
Young.
gonna be
Always
good.
a pleasure, son.
All right,
Look,
Young.
and look,
All right.
look, anytime,
All right, y'all.
you know the number. Anytime we having this show, even if we don't give you a call and you got something to say, bro,
I'll
hit
come
us up.
holler at you. Yeah,
Hit us up.
no doubt.
Yeah,
All
you're
right,
right,
Great
Young.
to have
Thanks
you
for
on the
your
show.
time. Who
Ivan.
that?
Have a great night, man.
All right, brother.
Yeah, you're right,
All
bro.
right, later.
Ciao.
Man. Y'all too.
Late.
Well, there you go. Another
man.
full edition of the
Right.
504 Fan Cave.
Crushing.
Boom.
Good work, Jay. Good work.
man. Give him a little whistle to say goodbye. Yeah, you're right. Tune in next week for more 504 Fan Cave.
And fuck around and find out.